Hey, how you doing out there in YouTube land? The Stiletto coming at you from the Wild Wild West. Well, unboxing today. And I have a funny feeling this was my eBay purchase that was suggested to me by Wild Bill. Wild Bill. I bet you this is the one that Wild Bill wanted me to get. So anyway, to enter in for my fun flipper search. Let's find out. Kershaw, yes it is. This one's for you, Wild Bill. It's the Kershaw 1905 Induction. Made in China. I'm looking for some specs on the box. I don't see any specs on the box. But the specs are, overall length is supposed to be 7.6 inches. Closed length is supposed to be 4.41 inches. Blade length is supposed to be 3.12 inches. Blade thickness is supposed to be 0.134 inches. Blade steel is 8CR13 MOV. Blade finish is two-tone. Blade style is drop point. Edge style is plain. Handle material is glass-filled nylon with aluminum frame. Handle thickness is 0.65. Pocket clip, tip down. Weight is 3.75 ounces. Lock type Hawk. Manufacturer reference number is 1905X, and place of manufacture is in China. Oh, by the way, this is so far my new favorite for fidgeting knives. Yes, it's the SOG, Studies and Observations Group, aka SOG Vision XR. Absolutely love this one. Out the box. It's been perfect. I've been carrying it for about a week now, every day to work. And it's a great work knife. One thing that's cool about this one, over the 391, the Benchmade that I was carrying before, is that the size is a little bit better, I think, for a work knife. Because I could pull this one out in front of people that I work with and they don't freak out. I never pulled out the other one in front of people. So this one is not so big where I'm afraid to pull it out in front of somebody and use it, to open up stuff or do daily cutting chores with it. But it's still big enough to be used as an emergency weapon too, if it has to be. Or emergency tool, should I say. And the blade is razor blade sharp. I haven't resharpened it at all, and it's like it just always cuts. And it's just like fun to play with. I mean, you can open up 3 different ways, You can do the flipper. You can do it pull back on the release, or you can do thumb studs. Or if you just want to wrist flick it, you can wrist flick it. It's an excellent knife. I absolutely love this one. Absolutely love it. Look, that's what we're talking about today. I just gave you an update on this one, how much I like it so far. And I should be getting the other 2 this weekend. So I will do a video on one of them, and I'll save another one for another day. But I will be probably doing the video. You probably could expect one of these videos because the package is supposed to be delivered tomorrow. So I should be able to do a video on another one of these. I have the other 2 coming, the Terminus and the TAC XR. And they're coming straight from SOG. So can't wait to do a video on those too. But absolutely love this one. Absolutely love this one. Absolutely love it. So that's that set aside. Let's get into this one. The Kershaw 1905. The blade thickness is pretty thick. It looks like about 3.5 millimeters. I think they said it was 3.4. Looks like a 3.5 millimeter. It looks like a 3.5 millimeter blade. It's got an open back, aluminum handles with a G10 piece right here. I'm pretty sure this is what covers the Hawk's lock. And I did a little research on the Hawk's lock, and it's kind of interesting. I don't know if you guys are aware of the mud. The what was it? A zero. It was the ZT. It was a ZT. ZT 0500 Mudd, M-U-D-D. If you get a chance, go check that one out. I don't know why they stopped making that one, because that one sounded pretty cool. But the whole purpose of this type of lock was to separate the mechanism from the pivot. And so if the pivot gets gunked up, it'll keep on functioning. It's kind of interesting what the videos I saw on the Mudd. Okay, let's see how this one opens. Smooth. Lockup is solid. There's no play side to side. It's actually pretty nice. They should have let ZT make this one. This would have been nice if it put a better blade steel on it. I heard some people complaining about the lockup on these, but this one's perfect. The one I got is perfect, and it's perfectly centered. It's a perfect example, I would say. I haven't used this in any kind of long term. This is totally brand new. It hasn't been used or anything. So I don't know how it would hold up long term, but so far it looks excellent. It's got aluminum frame. Looks like it should be a pretty sturdy knife. Made by the Hawk family, father and son, G&G Hawk. I'm trying to figure out what kind of washers are in here. It looks like it's bronze phosphor washers. So it probably has a Teflon against the blade and a bronze phosphor washer against the handle scale and the Teflon washer. That would be my guess. Like cold steel always does. It is really smooth. I don't feel any grittiness. Yeah, this is a nice, smooth knife. This was $37 on eBay. Blade fits in there nicely. This looks like a pretty nicely put together knife. I agree with you, Wild Bill. This does look pretty nice. It's fast. Oh, you can't flip it out though. Wait a minute. So the button won't allow you to flip it like an access lock. This lock is not like an access lock. It's a little bit different. It's their own iteration of a lock. It has like 2 springs and 2 plunger springs with something that goes up against the lock, like a piece of steel that goes up against the lock and locks it. And then when you pull this back, it releases it. So it's not as fidgety as like the Axis lock or the XR lock. The XR lock to me is just as fidgety as the Axis lock. And it's even cooler because on the XR, the SOG XR, you got the flipper like this one. I've come to love flippers. It makes it really easy, just no effort. Flippers are really cool. Especially when you got them with a decent lock. So many of them are with liner locks, and I'm not a big fan of liner locks. But when they put a flipper with a XR lock or a crossbar style lock, should I say, it makes an awesome folder. I don't know why Bitchmade hadn't been doing that all this time. SOG came up with a great idea. It's a nice little knife. It's definitely a nice little knife. I know it's a budget folder. It's supposed to be a beater knife. Actually, I like it. I don't know what this blade coating is. It's probably something that would wear off pretty easy, no doubt. Because for the price point that's coming in at, you can't expect too much. Very nice little knife. Let's see how sharp it is. Sharp. Sharp. Oh yeah, I'm digging it. I'm digging it. Thank you, Wild Bill. And I started not to get it. But you convinced me that I should try it out. Good advice, Wild Bill. That's the person that has more pocket knives than me. Wild Bill. I like it. I like it. Makes me want to get the mud now. But those are hard to find. They're expensive too. This is a nice example of the hawk knife. The hawk lock. It's my first hawk lock knife. I went to the Hawk website and they don't offer the hawk lock. They have what they call a deadlock now. And it looks like it's only coming. They only making it with autos. I guess Hawk Knives specializes in automatic knives. And me, myself, I'm not an automatic knife fan. What do you need an automatic knife for if you could open up something like that just as fast? In automatics, it's just more things that go wrong with a knife. I prefer manuals. The manuals nowadays aren't like the manuals from like when I was a kid when you had to use two hands to open them. So I much prefer a manual knife over an automatic knife. Automatic knives were cool back in the day when your only other choice was a two-hand opening knife, but it's not like that no more. In autos, you know, you got to deal with all the different rules and regulations and laws and stuff like that all around the United States. So different states and different jurisdictions are different when it comes to autos. So I just assume stay away from them. I don't need an auto. I have a bunch of them in my collection, and they just stay in the safe. I don't even do nothing with them. You know, I bring them out to show them to you guys every once in a while, but that's about it. The knives I carry, they're all manuals. I don't carry any autos. California, where I live, I think the auto has to, if you do carry an auto, it has to be under 2 inches or something like that. The blade length. 2 or 2.5 inches, something like that. I can't remember what it is. I think it's 2 inches. Absolutely like it. I like the way it looks. It's a good looking knife. The ergonomics are good on it too. My hand fits all the way on it. I got like a medium large hand or a large hand. I don't have an extra large hand, but I don't have a small hand either. This is my hand engulfs the handle, but it's all in the grooves. I don't know if you can see that. So it's a comfortable grip. These are out of production now, though. All the other knives I'm doing comparisons with, they're all knives that are still in production. They're still being sold. So this is the only one that's not being sold anymore. They made these in, I think it was 2016 when this one came out. I like it. It'll stay in my collection. I like it. Sweet. Thank you, Wild Bill. Excellent choice. Oh, there we go. It's flipping all the way down. Oh, yeah. And this doesn't have like omega springs. It has like regular springs like you get in a pin. You know, like a writing pin. And it has 2 of them. So it should be pretty strong. The springs in this should last a long time. Same type of springs like they use in the Spyderco. Spyderco, and also the 80-20. I like it. And under here is where the lock resides. The lock resides underneath this G10 panel right here. And they made this so it'd be maintenance free. This is a very low maintenance knife. I wonder why they stopped making these. This is really a nice little knife. Alright. That's it for this one. Very nice. Sweet, sweet little blade. Let's see how much it weighs real quick. .9 ounces. The weight that they post, it says 3.75 ounces, so it's a little bit heavier than what they post. It's a solid 3.9. All right. Absolutely love it. It's a sweet little knife. No doubt. Great little budget folder. If you want a little fidgety budget folder, I would recommend that. That's a nice little knife. It's nice. Peace out. Stiletto.